पूरा पैसा 60% से ज्यादा 5,000 करोड़ आता है सिर्फ सरकारी 100% सरकारी कंपनियों से, मिनी रत्ना और नवरत्ना से। लेकिन आप सीएजी में नहीं है, आरटीआई में नहीं है, जवाबदेही में नहीं है, पारदर्शिता पे नहीं है। क्यों? क्योंकि आप बजटरी सपोर्ट नहीं मिलता। आपको बजटरी सपोर्ट क्या होता है? आपका और मेरा टैक्स पेयर रुपया।
नमस्कार, मैं मोहम्मद आसिफ और आप देख रहे हैं एसपीएन 9 न्यूज़। पीएम केयर फंड्स में क्या बहुत बड़ा घोटाला हुआ है? क्या अडानी स्कैम यानी अडानी घोटाले के बाद क्या ये सबसे बड़ा घोटाला है? आखिर क्यों कांग्रेस तीखे सवाल मोदी सरकार से पूछ रहे हैं मोदी केयर फंड्स को लेकर? क्या है पूरा मामला? क्या इससे जुड़ी हुई है? कितने करोड़ों का घोटाला है? ये सवाल का जवाब अब जानने का वक्त आ गया दर्शकों। आपको सवाल भी सुनाते हैं और आपको जवाब भी सुनाते हैं, लेकिन अफसोस की बात है कि ये जवाब मोदी सरकार की तरफ से नहीं है। ये जवाब मोदी सरकार कभी नहीं दे पाएगी कि कितने ये जो फंड में जो घोटाला हुआ है, ख़ास करके पीएम केयर्स फंड में, उसमें कितने जो सवाल हैं वो आखिर के मोदी सरकार दे पाएगी। देखिए कांग्रेस क्या कुछ करे, जरा गौर से देखें।
of all donations or contributions to the PM Cares Fund. For the 2-year period or a 3-year period from 2019 to 22, these such companies contributed just under 3,000 crores. Just under. In percentage terms, it is very interesting. The number of companies which contributed may be more than 250 or 300. But the total percentage of contribution by those 250 or 300 companies was less than 40%. 60% of the contribution, or just under 60%, was from these government companies. These top donors, contributors include the well-known names ONGC, NTPC, Power Grid Corporation, Indian Oil Corporation, Power Finance Corporation. And there are other companies where the government has a significant ownership and control, all of which has added to just under 60% of all contributions from them, just under 5,000 crores from them, 5,000 crore rupees. Now, friends, this raises very serious conceptual issues of accountability, number one. Or lack of it rather. Lack of it. Lack of transparency, number two. What you call opaqueness. Clear conflict of interest, number three. And constitutional issues of great moment, violating every possible known constitutional canon. And before I delve into them one by one, I want to ask you a simple question. Suppose he, as the chief minister of an opposition ruled state, had announced CM Cares, or he, as an opposition ruled state chief minister, announced CM Cares. What would have happened, friends? CM Cares would have been met by ED, CBI or IT at the doorstep within 24 to 48 hours. And the CM might have raised only 1,000 crores. Here we are talking of 5,000 crores. But if he had raised only 500 crores, you'd have the CBI, ED and IT. Of course, so long as he's the CM of an opposition ruled state. That is the condition precedent. What are these issues of lack of accountability, transparency, conflict of interest, constitutional violation? First and foremost, this is a fund, as they say, for democracy, of the people, by the people, for the people. This is a fund administered of the Prime Minister, by the Prime Minister, for the Prime Minister's office. I don't mean him personally, but of, by and for the Prime Minister's office. It collects funds under the name and seal, SEAL, of the Prime Minister. It is advertised and administered as exclusively public money. It utilizes naturally the enormous goodwill of the PMO and the Prime Minister, has to. And the so-called trustees are, apart of course from the Prime Minister, they are the Defence Minister, the Home Minister and the Finance Minister. With all this, amazingly, it has no accountability. There is no CAG audit. Only if you, the nation, wants to know the audit, there is no CAG audit. If you, the nation, file an RTI inquiry, it has been argued by the government of India that this is not a public authority. All these great persons, their names are not a public authority, so you can't ask a simple question. The trust, the PM Cares, which is a trust, one of the reasons it is kept out of these accountability parameters is on the ground that it does not receive any budgetary support from the government. Now look at the irony. You disapply things like CAG, RTI, government norms on the ground that there is no budgetary support. And yet, government-owned companies, controlled companies, the Navaratnas and the Mini Ratnas are the principal donors. पूरा पैसा 60% से ज्यादा 5,000 करोड़ आता है सिर्फ सरकारी 100% सरकारी कंपनियों से, मिनी रत्ना और नवरत्ना से। लेकिन आप सीएजी में नहीं है, आरटीआई में नहीं है, जवाबदेही में नहीं है, पारदर्शिता पे नहीं है। क्यों? क्योंकि आप बजटरी सपोर्ट नहीं मिलता। आपको बजटरी सपोर्ट क्या होता है? आपका और मेरा टैक्स पेयर रुपया। तो जो ओएनजीसी देता है, जो पावर ग्रिड देता है, वो किसका पैसा है? चलिए ये मान लिया that you are not subject to all this formally. There are matters pending in court. These are sub judice matters. For the time being, there is no Supreme Court or very high court decision directly holding this way or that way. But my question in the public domain on issues of morality, on issues of fairness, decency, transparency and accountability is, why don't you yourself put it up on your website? I received 10 rupees from her, 10 rupees from him, 20 rupees from him, 30 rupees in 6 months. Every month you put up. And then I spent it 5 rupees on this, 5 rupees on that, 7 rupees on that. Every month you put it. These are not matters where you will quibble. On the contrary, the government of India filed an affidavit in court saying, none of this will apply to us because we are not a government of India. There is no budgetary support. Therefore, the whole thing is shrouded in secrecy. Unfortunately, a division bench, which is what lawyers call two-judge bench of the High Court, dealt with the matter, and one of the learned judges, Justice Ravindra Bhatt, now in the Supreme Court.
देखा आपने, ये सभी सवाल जो है ज़मीनी है, जो पूछे जाने चाहिए। अब सवाल ये है कि आखिर मोदी सरकार के इसका जवाब देगी? आखिर इसके पैसे का खर्च का इस्तेमाल कहाँ किया जा रहा है, ये कौन देगा? पीएम केयर फंड का मतलब आजकल बीजेपी मान लिया गया है या मोदी सरकार मान लिया गया, लेकिन एक्चुअल में ऐसा तो नहीं है। ऐसे में सवाल उठने लगे हैं कि मोदी सरकार क्या जानबूझकर कभी अडानी के मसलों से हटा देती है तो कभी इससे। अब कांग्रेस ने जो सवाल किए हैं, जो खुलासे किए हैं, वो बेहद ही चौंकाने वाले हैं, मोदी सरकार के होश नींद उड़ाने वाले हैं। लेकिन इसके बावजूद क्या ये जवाब दे पाएंगे, ये सबसे बड़ा सवाल है। दर्शकों, आपको क्या लगता है कि क्या मोदी सरकार इस पर अपनी बात रख पाएगी? क्या बीजेपी सरकार जवाब देगी? कॉमेंट कर जरूर बताइएगा। देश दुनिया की बड़ी खबरों के लिए देखते रहे स्पेन आई न्यूज़। नमस्कार।